Welcome, everyone. And today I'm going to highlight a few of the benefits of working with the feminine principle. Few of the men were asking that should I really work because it's meant for feminine principle. We often take up feminine role and masculine role as well. So, as you heal the feminine principle, we heal the masculine as well. And as we heal the masculine principle, we heal the feminine as well. So, it's for all. A society has a very mixed feeling towards women in general. Of course, you cannot generalize. It may depend from culture to culture, region to region, and a person to person. And yet, I often see that not every woman feel great about being a woman. And not every family celebrate when a woman is born. Often women are made to feel like a burden on the family resources, lesser citizens, and probably unworthy. Well, if you're one of them who was never celebrated when you were born, it's never too late. You can even do it now. It's never too late. So, what if others did not celebrate? So, what? You were not a welcome child. So, what if circumstances were not right? Today, you can certainly reconnect to the woman in you, the divine feminine in you, with love, with affection, with care, and with reverence. And that includes each and every experience that a woman has come here for. And it's not just a woman, it's a human. Across cultures, we have been taught that women can express certain emotions very well and men can express certain emotions very well. For example, crying is at times prerogative of women. And if a man cries or a boy child cries, they're often reprimanded and said, "What are you crying like a girl? You're not a girl, you're a boy. Boys don't cry." And then they learn not to cry and keep it to themselves. And if a girl child gets angry, they're often reprimanded. "You're a girl child. It doesn't work for women to get angry. They're not supposed to be." I remember my grandmother used to teach us and tell us, a famous kahawat, they call it, "Dikri ne gai dore tya jai." So, girl child is supposed to be like a cow, having no opinion. Whatever is told to her, she should be doing. And that's a kind of cultural upbringing I have been brought up in, and probably all of you. Does it mean we should carry it forward? Does it mean that we should continue doing it? Does it mean we should rebel? Does that mean we should fight against it? Does that mean we should reject it? Does that mean we should escape it? Perhaps none of them. We need to see what we can do at the juncture of life we are at. Obviously, nobody who's young and nobody who's a toddler who's joined this, all of us are mature young adults to senior citizens, right? We have seen a better part of life and we have understood life in a very, very different way. Some of us have still carried our past along with. Some of us are in the process of dropping the baggage. and some of us are in the process of rediscovering ourselves. We've been very happy and fine in bliss when we were still a part of superconscious, the ultimate consciousness. We've been amazingly blissful, and yet we have chosen to pick up few of the incompletions our ancestors have left behind. And based on the need for experience, we have chosen the gender role play, the body of a man or a woman, and we have chosen the family circumstances, people to be born as a man or a woman, to go through certain experiences. I was one of them who used to kind of feel tremendously agitated if I would see inequality, unfairness, gender bias. And I used to get tremendously disturbed with these stories. And I spent better part of my youth feeling very disturbed, rebelling at times, trying to play a masculine at times, so that I don't have to go through what women in this society go through. As I started learning, growing, as I started observing, as I started understanding the metaphysics, the psycho-spiritual aspect of the human experiences, I'm realizing that we have to do none of them. People treat you the way you treat yourself. So if you are completely okay being the feminine principle or a masculine principle, or being who you are, the world eventually becomes okay with you the way you are. You don't have to reject yourself to become somebody else. You don't have to feel small. You don't have to feel not okay and attempt to be okay. Just know that you are who you are, and that's how you are. Know yourself, know the truth within, and be in total acceptance to begin with. Then start loving and cherishing it. And the next step would be start revering yourself. And when you do that, you'll find a lot of people doing the same to you and with you. We're going to take those 9 qualities of being a woman or a human. And so we are going to focus on 9 rasa, the 9 experiences that we are here for. And I'm going to tell you these 9 experiences. By now, you would have Googled, and if not, you can still Google. It is not something that I've brought from my pocket. It's been known since years. 9 rasa, Navarasa, or 9 shapes. So what are these rasas? What are the shapes? Traditionally, what's been shown is Shringara. And I know there aren't really good English translations for that. So we are here to feel great about ourselves, to express a love for ourselves and our loved ones, our partners. We are here to express the beauty within, the beauty of love. And that is Shringara. That is the first experience we are here for. Second is Hasya, the inner joy, the bliss, happiness. That's the second experience we are here for. Third is courage, beating your fear, doubts, worries, concerns, and display the courage. Fourth is Shanta, peace. bliss. Fifth is Karuna, sadness. Sixth is Rudra, that is anger, rage, hatred. Seventh is Bhayanak. It's a fierce or terrible experiences, the shocking experiences. It also has elements of fear and self-doubts. Next is disgust, which would be self-pity, loathing, hatred. And all our human problems are practically in and around these experiences. Okay. What is not really expressed well over here in this 9 rasa is low self-esteem, low self-confidence, not feeling good enough. Maybe that can include, if that can be included in self-doubts. Now, as I'd mentioned in this book, Radical Crystalline Mind, 80% of the problems are because of the emotional reactions to 20% of your actual problems. So at soul level, we have already come here to experience various shades of humanity, femininity, or masculinity anyway. It's okay to feel angry. It's okay to feel fears. It's okay to feel sadness. It's okay to feel frustration. It's okay to feel not okay. And it's fine. It's just fine. If somebody told you it's not okay and you start suppressing it, you start rejecting it, you create more problems. If we did not have to feel all those emotions, probably we would not have been born as human. Does that mean that you get angry and kill anyone? No. The anger that kills comes out of a lot of suppression of anger. It's like a soda water bottle effect. You suppress yourself for years and bottle it up so that with every provocation, it goes like a push. What if we are allowed to feel it, to express it, to let it out, and yet be accepted for who you are? And it's okay. If you're not accepted, begin by accepting yourself. As I said, when you accept yourself anyway, others will accept you. Unresolved problems can create unresolved emotional overplay. So when we are full of emotions, we'll be full of emotions when we're not really accepting our feelings and emotions, and we suppress it, bottle it up, ignore it, reject it. Body starts screaming, health starts deteriorating, and you start feeling not yourself, and eventually even you forget who you are. And when that happens, you disconnect with your own brilliance, the light within. And when that happens, your connectivity to the superconsciousness, personalized GPS, gets disrupted. And when that happens, you somewhere feel very low about yourself. All you have to do is transform and transcend. Transform your emotions. Your emotions are energies. That doesn't have to be suppressed. It can harm you. Transform your energies and transcend your state of mind. Reach a height of your own consciousness, and from the heightened awareness, have a right perspective of your life, others' life, everyone's life, and life in general. As any car can be supported, or driving can be supported with GPS, a journey called life can also be assisted by your internal GPS. We have this beautiful inner voice constantly guiding us as to what to do, how to do, when to do, where to take turn, how much to go, how much to speed up, and how much to restrain yourself. You almost always have it if you are at peace. However, when you're disturbed, sometimes you lose the touch with that inner GPS. That is, you feel disconnected with the ultimate consciousness. The solution is to remain calm, ease your mind so that you can ease your life. Of course, you can do regular yoga, breathing exercises, and meditation. However, radical statements can help you calm down in fastest possible way. And a lot of you would agree to that. And definitely you would know what I'm talking because many of you have already experienced it. So take this as an opportunity to transform your past emotional traumas and wounds. Do not use your adverse emotions to grow better in life. Grow with freedom from problems. Every time you felt angry, you made up your mind to succeed and show it to others. Every time you felt humiliated, you wanted to become better, 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 and the best. Every time you were accused, you wanted to prove yourself how good you are and how right you are. You don't need all those stories. You can grow happily, easily, free from all stories and problems, because these are all 80% of the stories that you generate yourself. Let's at least have a hold over them. Emotions are energy in motion. Don't suppress them, but wisely apply them to move forward in life. They are powerful gears. And all I can say is transform the way you think to transform the way you live. Okay. So what did we gather so far? Anybody would like to kind of summarize?
Aatmn.
Yes, unmute and speak.
Yeah. Hi. Namaste, Aatmn. Navina here.
Hi.
Yeah. So what I couldn't understand from your sharing was that just understand, have the awareness of what you are going through, understand your emotions, and use it wisely to transform and transcend in life. Have the right kind of thoughts and do not suppress your emotions. And you have every right to feel every emotion you are going through. That is of prior importance, and do not use it for the growth of your life. Do not use your adverse emotions for the growth of your life.
Right. And you don't have to be stuck there. You felt it, drop it behind and move on.
And of course, radical statements, as you rightly said, is like instantly helps us.
Yes.
To, calm ourselves and go above the emotions we are going through.
You've used it, right?
Right. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any other question at this juncture? Because I'm coming with the solution and the solution concept.
Yeah, so Aatmn, I mean, I completely resonate with all the slides that you put up here. While it is conceptually, I agree with it, there are times emotions trigger, especially with close family members, How much ever I try, I meditate, I listen. In fact, I use R5 every day for everything. Yes, it is helping me. I have just very recently gotten into level 1. So it's slowly beginning to be a part of my life. But still, living with those low self-esteem, which sometimes crops its ugly head. I don't know how to kind of use my GPS to my advantage,
Yes. Ratna, if somebody touches you lightly over your palm, right? Would it be okay for you? Like, would you kind of scream and shout?
Well, if the touch is good, there is no problem.
Just light by accidental, just touched.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
But if there is a wound, fresh wound,
Oh.
Okay. And somebody touches you with the same pressure, what would happen?
No, I will scream. I'll scream.
That's what happens. The old wounds are still fresh. And your loved ones and the closest ones, they know it. Because they can come much closer to you, they land up touching you on those, we call it buttons, in the Western language. They keep pressing your buttons. And those buttons are nothing but unhealed stories of the past. When you heal that, even if they punch over there, nothing's going to happen to you. Got it?
Yeah.
It's a matter of time.
Yeah, sure.
You've just started your journey. Carry on. And then let them punch.
Yeah, got it.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it? Okay, Apurva.
Ma'am, on one hand, Redikall teaches us to be calm and be emotionally neutral. And on the other hand, we are told that we need to go through these human emotions that we experience. So
Yes.
are they contradictory? And the other thing I want to know, what is the difference between being emotionally neutral and being emotionally numb?
Okay. So let me answer the first question, right? Radical teaches you to be calm. The calmness that almost all schools of philosophy teaches comes as a culmination of growth when you're at the peak. Right? So it is not by rejecting, you're generating artificial calmness. It is by accepting and embracing. You are moving on and moving forward. When you suppress, there's a benumbing experience, I don't care experience. And when you accept it and embrace it, you'll say, yes, I see. I felt it and I moved on. And I can move on. That doesn't mean I'll not feel it. It's okay, I felt it, it's fine.
Thank you, ma'am.
Did you get your answer? Yeah, I'm explaining the process later. No worries. So now, coming back to the questions, why am I sounding today a little contradictory? Because the whole attempt is to ensure that you remain calm so that you remain connected to the superconsciousness and you remain at peace. So what am I trying to do? You've seen a pendulum, right? So pendulum has a bead, right? And it's like a fulcrum point. So you have a pendulum going from one end to the other and, like passing through and through. And the swing is highest when you're away from the fulcrum. What is fulcrum? Fulcrum is your higher consciousness or superconsciousness. So further away you are, the more is the swing. As you go closer and closer, the swing gets lesser and lesser. When you go further close, it's minimum. And when you become an observer of your life from the superconsciousness point of view, the swing is almost nil. You remain calm. You remain observer of your drama called life. And you may even entertain yourself looking at the drama. Okay, again came this criticism and judgment. And again, I'm getting a little ruffled. But it's fine, baby. It's a part of life. Let's get on and let's not react to it. And it's fine. It happens. It's a daily story, or it's a weekly story, or it's a periodic story. Forget about it. I don't really have to react. I can respond in a constructive way. What has this come to teach me? Why is this happening? Okay, let me try it differently this time. So this is where you become an observer. Like for a child, when a child falls down, will start crying because it's a big thing. I fell down. For an adult, okay, fine. This is a part of life. So when you raise your consciousness, you become your own adult supervisory self. And you don't get put out easily, and yet you're there for that child in you who's going through stories. Any other question? Okay, everybody's concerned about about transforming an emotion. Could you please give me an example? No, I would give you rather an experience. Okay, so how you can transform the experience. Would somebody like to come up with, be ready for an demonstration? Anyone?
Yes, we are.
Okay, fine, Ratna. Yes, Ratna. So take any emotion. You don't even have to describe, just feel it.
Ma'am, I get irritated soon. Irritation.
Right. Let's all work with our individual irritation right now. We all have that irritation, right?
Hmm.
So how can we transform and transcend? So I'm going to teach you very, very basic thing. A very, very simple, very, very fast acting. Of course, there's much more to it. However, you need to experience what it is, right? And how quickly you can move on and move forward. So I'm going to use three, set of so-called jargons or powerful keywords, which penetrates deep into your subconscious mind to bring about the shift. So we're going to design our statements based on that. And these statements include soul's love. So why soul's love? Is because soul's love has a potential to dissolve all toxic emotions. We're going to use word transform because we believe the emotions are there. It cannot be suppressed. It need not be, rejected. And third is transcend. It's only when you rise beyond those emotions, you become your own neutral observer and you learn to sort out your life very well. Correct? So, how are you going to go about it? So, say irritation. I want you, all of you, because we all periodically feel irritated. Think of somebody who irritates you pretty often. And if it's not a human being, think of a cockroach or a mosquito or or the dirt or an offensive smell that you often get from certain places. Think of anything that bothers you and give it a number on a scale of 0 to 10. 0 means no irritation, and 10 means, oh God, I could destroy this. I could damage it. So on a scale of 0 to 10, just give it a number and now recite after me and with me. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my irritation. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my irritations. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my irritation. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my irritation. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my irritation. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my irritation. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my irritation. With soul's love, I transform and transcend the reasons for my irritation. With soul's love, I transform and transcend the reasons for my irritation. With soul's love, I transform and transcend the reasons for my irritation. With soul's love, I transform and transcend the reasons for my irritations. With soul's love, I transform and transcend the reasons for my irritation. With soul's love, I transform and transcend the reasons for my irritation. With soul's love, I transform and transcend the reasons for my irritation. With soul's love, I transform and transcend the brilliance in my irritation. With soul's love, I transform and transcend the brilliance in my irritation. With soul's love, I transform and transcend the brilliance in my irritation. With soul's love, I transform and transcend the brilliance in my irritation. With soul's love, I transform and transcend the brilliance in my irritation. With soul's love, I transform and transcend the brilliance in my irritation. With soul's love, I transform and transcend the brilliance in my irritation. Just check. How much is the irritation? Think of the same factor. Do you still feel irritated in the same way? Or is there some difference?
It's reduced, Atman.
It is, right?
Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit of distancing with the
Yes,
emotion.
that's what it is. So when you work with various emotions, okay, slowly and gradually, you distance yourself from your emotional self, and yet not being indifferent. You become your own observer. You can see through your dramas, your games, and transcend them to become a conscious observer of your stories. And yet, there would be a few dramas which are pre-designed. Those 20%, they will continue. 80% of the dramas that you create as unhealthy reactions and responses would just vanish. So you'll have much more sorted, peaceful, and quiet and calmer life, much more blissful life. Few dramas here and there, which you would know why they are and what is the brilliance in that. And you would make the best out of those dramas as well. And that is possible when you honor the choice of going through those dramas, being a feminine principle, when you honor the choice of the divine masculine and divine feminine to go through and interplay. And as a result, I wouldn't say create, but manifest certain experiences for the growth. And once you understand why you have manifested for your growth, you can transcend and go beyond them and be a peaceful and blissful observer of your life. And what you resisted, what you reacted to, you start not only just accepting, it happens in 3 phases. It's simple, resigned acceptance, and later aware acceptance. Then you start cherishing, and then you start revering. And that's the time. You
Aatmn,
are, yes.
Can you just repeat the last statement, please? It was amazing.
Yeah. So first comes rejection and hatred of certain things in you. Then comes helpless acceptance, followed by aware acceptance. You become just okay. ठीक है, चलेगा, no problem. छोड़ दो. That's how it is. I understand. Then you start cherishing. And then you start revering. The day you reach a space or a state where, without any judgment, you start cherishing and revering all the attributes of feminine principle and masculine principle, you'll realize you are that goddess, you are that god.
Thank you so much.
Would that happen in 10 days? A lot depends upon where you are. So if you're in denial, hatred, rejection, probably you'll learn to accept it. If you're in acceptance, you'll learn to cherish it. If you're already cherishing, you learn to revere it. And if you're already revering it, you need not attend this. That's all from my end. So we're going to have 9 days of program, 10 days of program, I think.
10,
Yeah.
Aatmn.
10 days of program, and we're going to take one polarity, right? So one polarity per day, not in the same order that's been described. I may change a few orders to reach a state of peace and bliss. What you can fairly expect is a sense of peace, calmness, more acceptance of who you are, and more love for yourself. That would be a true devotion to the goddess in you and God in you at the level of consciousness you are. Yes, Munmun.
I want to register in this program.
You want to? Yes. We will put the link on YouTube video also, and we'll put it over here. Uma, can you just put the registration?
Yes.
Even if you cannot attend at the time that we are conducting, which is understandable, you can go through the recording and practice. Essentially, we'll be doing a lot of healing recitation and discussion on concepts. And also, we will throw open the type chat support for some of you. If there is a need based on, you just contact your mentors and you'll know it. All right, that's about it. Uma, would you like to say anything?
No, Aatmn, I put the enrollment link in the chat. So if somebody wants to use it, or they can get in touch with us. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much. Also add the phone number of Shazia. You can contact her during office hours tomorrow and register yourself if there is any query, anything needed. So it is, the phone number is there.
Yes.
Yeah, Shazia's phone number +91.
Yes, it's there.
Yeah, 933-402657. That's all. Yeah. And if you miss out the season, most likely this course and the recording will be available even later, but I would suggest that do it during these auspicious days. And that would be your tribute to the goddess in you and God in you. Thank you.